And we're live. So there we go.
For trash in parking lots? That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah.
So we didn't do it. So we didn't go geocaching.
It is awesome to be here. My first time officially, I'm just going to say officially, on the Geocache Talk podcast.
This year, the Podcast of Hope selected St. Jude's as its charity. St. Jude's life-saving mission of finding cures for children battling cancer.
Jeremy basically bought a GPS device and drove a couple hours away because there were no stashes at the time nearby where we were.
The second member of the 2020 PHTA Hall of Fame this year is Geocache Talk, and that would be Mr. Garrett Blinker and Jesse Memphis Lunsford. Come on up.
Welcome to the 10th anniversary of the Geocache Talk podcast. I'm your host, and we have other hosts here in a moment. So I'll get to them in a minute. Let me give a big thanks to all of our patrons. We could not have done these 10 years without our fabulous patrons. Their support wasn't just paying the bills, although the bills have to be paid. StreamYard needs their money, so it happens. But we're not just paying the bills, keeping the lights on, but the patrons championed us in all the shows from the beginning. And I want to mention, interesting, I went back and looked, and we have 11 active charter patrons. So tell me that isn't cool. We have 10 patrons, or 11 patrons that are what I would consider the charter patrons. So they are Tom Brotherman. Tom Brotherman is the OG of patrons. He was the very first patron. He's still with us. He's part of a little show called Puzzle Talk. So just remember that. Jeff Arbaugh and Tejas, he was one of the beginning. Nick of Cashley, Nick Hubbard, Andrew Teepkin, Ravenclaw Tia, Jane Jewell, the Deadliest Cachers, Nancy, Tim Terrell, Dean David Vickery, Lori Post, and the No Code Geocachers. They've been with us since the start. All right, let's bring in tonight's part one guest for this special show. And here they are, the normal crew, plus we've got Daryl W4 out of hiding. I don't think he's been hiding. Uh-oh, you're muted. Fix your mute there, buddy.
Yep, nope. Yeah, so every so often you got to crawl out from under the rock.
That's right.
Wow.
He wasn't really hiding, but he's there. I mean, this is
No,
awesome.
I am on YouTube, but I don't do a whole lot of the geocaching media anymore.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But this is a special night, and I really appreciate and thank you so much for being with us. And I'm going to get right into it. A couple things I want to talk about tonight. One is hashtag 10, TEN, not the numbers, hashtag 10. You'll want to put that in to possibly win a prize. We have prizes to give away later. Hashtag 10. I'll put it in the chat room so you can see it. There you are. There you are. Thank you. Appreciate everybody doing that. They're going to get on there. And we'll do prizes here in a little bit. And we've got some different snippets of shows to show you and have a great time talking about it. So let's start. I want to give you a quick Wayback Machine of the beginning because it's interesting. I think it's interesting. We'll see, right? Like, oh God. So Cache and Release was the first show I was on, and I actually found, you guys will appreciate that, because how often do you find a path tag and you're like, who knows where your path tags are? But I actually found a cache and release path tag. Wow, that's old.
That has to be pretty rare, Gary.
It's got to be rare. It's the only one I have. I don't even have them anymore. They're all gone. So cache and release. So cache and release started, and my first show ever was this date. Isn't this weird? It was on June 7th of 2015. Was my first show ever on a geocaching podcast. That was cache release number 14, and the topic was geotours. Don't remember it. Don't have any information on it. I'll explain about that in a minute. I was named co-host on July 5th, 2015. It was cache release number 18, which was about events. I'll come back to the co-host part in a moment. On May 29th, which was cache release number 63, this was Joshua's second time on the show, and it was about submitting a GIF, and that was in 2016.
Wow.
The show was fine. Everything went great. The show ended, and Michael Miller, and I've talked to him, so he knows we're going to talk about this, and that was he just left. So
Like left to grab a pack of smokes.
He went out to get milk.
Yeah,
he went
there
out
you
to
go.
get milk. Okay.
So he leaves, and I'm there with Joshua, and I'm like, okay, well, hey, great show. Not sure where Michael went, but it was just one of those things, and
life happens, right?
Yeah. And so then 2 days later, he sends sends a message out to everyone that cache and release is going on hiatus. I had not heard any of this.
Surprise.
Oh no.
Apparently the co-host doesn't need to know any of this information, I guess. So I was mad, and so I don't know if it was I think it was probably the next day or that day I found out. I called Daryl. I said, Daryl, I want to do my own show. What do I do? And he said, no problem. I'll help you. And Daryl helped me through the whole thing. And I've got a clip of show 1. I do have show 1. I did a show 0. And I know, Daryl, I don't know if you kept all your old audios. Did you keep all your audios?
I have all of my production files on DVDs somewhere. And I actually have a set with Chris. But I did finally shut down the Glacier backups of all that stuff.
Right.
As they're shutting down Glacier.
Oh, my God. That's a while back.
So because it's on opticals and, the stuff goes back more than 20 years, I don't have a whole lot of faith of being able to retrieve any of it.
Ooh.
Right.
Oh, no.
Oh, my. Yeah, Tom mentioned that he was on Cache Maniacs episode 187.
Oh, yeah. You go back to Cache Maniacs, that's like 30 years ago now.
Yeah. 2012, right? Was before that. But
I think it was before that.
Oh, gosh.
That's incredible.
No, yeah, it definitely had to be because it was before the iPhone came out.
Right.
I was doing those, I think, 2006.
Dang.
That's all off the top of my head, so
Right.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Sounds right because I
Yeah,
came
well,
out
that's
in
only 20 years
2007.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see if you remember any of this, Daryl. Here's a little snippet of our show 1. Here we go. Well, hey, everyone. It's time for Geocache Talk. Whether you're at work, in the car, or wherever you are, we hope you're enjoying the show. Please give it a like and subscribe on iTunes so that you can get all the weekly Geocache Talk goodness. A big thanks to Doug Jones and Joshua Slinkard for being patrons of the show. If you'd like to find out more about being part of that Patreon, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/Geocache Talk for more details. Today I have on the show my friend Daryl W4. we have geocaching news and our weekly product tip. So let's jump right into show number 1 for Sunday, June 12th, 2016. And thank you, Daryl, for being part of show number 1.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor to be on show number 1s.
Oh, thank you. We were just talking a minute ago about the show 1s that you've been involved with. This is my first show 1. So you've been show 1 on a couple. Which ones were you show 1s on?
Well, all of them have been the productions that I've done. My first show 1 was Michigan Cycling Podcast, and that one was probably the easiest one to do, just because I didn't know what I was getting myself into, really.
So that was a long time ago, but I looked it up while we were playing that video. Does anybody want to make another guess of what the Google says Cache-A-Maniac started? What year?
Ooh.
You can guess. The first answer was not correct. So
I'm going to guess 2003.
Close.
Dang,
Pretty close.
Wow. Tom says, I didn't start until 2007, but that date makes sense.
Huh.
So according to the Google gods say January 2007.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a lifetime away from now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very cool.
Well, I want to say Michigan Cycling Podcast was 2 years before that, so 2005, which is also when I got into geocaching.
Oh.
And the story around that, for those who might not have heard it, was I actually was looking for stories for Michigan Cycling Podcast when I had discovered geocaching. And I reached out to Sunny and Sandy as one of the few geocaching podcasts out there.
Wow. That is cool.
That's really cool. Hey, Daryl, what show were you doing when you had this guy in the chat room talk about pickle pizza all the time? Was that Geo Gearheads?
That was Geo Gearheads, yeah.
Yeah.
No way. Were you really bothering him back in the Geo Gearheads days?
Gary, it's been my mission for years to spread the good word of pickle pizza. You know that, my friend.
Oh, we have had so many pickle pizza discussions, and if we had AI and all of the image generation that we do now, we would have had flash tags with that going, and everyone would have pickle pizza flash tags.
That's funny.
A guy can dream, right? A guy can dream. Hey, Gary, are we going to do a giveaway sometime soon, too?
We are.
We're
going to do hashtag 10 for everybody. And the item we're going to give away first is we've got a trackable keychain, and it's got little Mr. Sasquatch on him. There he is. Mr. Sasquatch. And he loves earth caches. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There he is.
You know, there's a rumor that Bigfoot was born out of focus. Did you ever hear that?
I think that's true.
Yeah.
So let me bring up the screen and we'll get started on a first giveaway. Share screen. It's only been 10 years, so you know.
We'll get to it eventually.
Here we go. And the wheel is now spinning. And there's everybody going, and they're spinning. And they're spinning. Oh, spinning again.
Oh man, no. Audio listeners, happy Hodag.
Happy Hodag.
Happy Hodag. So big congratulations, sir.
The Happy Hodag.
Many years.
He's been with us for many years. I don't know how long. I wonder when he started. He started watching almost from the beginning too. So, yeah, Happy Hodag, and big thanks to our production manager Dawn. She won't be on tonight. When I had her sign a contract to help being production manager, somehow she got in the fine print that she can never be on the podcast, and I don't know how she slipped that in. But somehow I signed it, and she can't be on. Now the rest of the team, stay tuned. We're gonna have the rest of the team on later tonight, and that'll be great. So
there we go.
Yeah. So, but she's keeping track of a lot of the stuff for me. So appreciate her doing some of that work for us. So that is, oh, there he is, Duppy Hodag.
2018. That's a long time.
That's good.
Very
That
cool.
that is excellent. So I'm wondering when so John, do you remember your first show? When you were first watched? Because it was early.
My first watch of a show?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a good question. I can't remember the one I first watched, I know it was probably around, was it like 2015-ish?
Okay.
2016? Because it was pretty close, because it's a big shout out to Arcool, Roger Cooley, my good friend. Because I was getting into geocaching. Roger was telling me, for many times, he's like, you got to check out this show.
Right.
And, onto that, I checked out the show, and definitely I appreciate it because, for me, like trying to learn a game of geocaching, there's just so many nuances that if you aren't like, tuning in and learning from members of the community, because like, I always tune into Daryl and Chris for Geo Gearheads. And
absolutely.
yeah, hopefully, Daryl, I didn't, rough you up too much with all those pickle pizza comments over the years on that one. Because I did find it was like the pickle pizza comments and the ending of Geo Gearheads was right around the same time when it came to culmination. So I guess this is my chance to say my apologies, Daryl, if maybe there was a connection there.
Yeah, see, the problem is I needed a new mission, which was to find pickle pizza.
Yes.
So I had to stop the podcasting. I had to stop geocaching and just hunt for the pickle pizza.
Obviously.
And I went and did the Seneca County Trail where they're supposed to have pickle pizza.
Yes.
They did not have the pickle pizza.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Sad.
That's a bummer.
So I am still on the hunt for pickle pizza.
There you go. Something
it's going to happen.
A couple years ago, or 2 years ago for Geo Woodstock, I was hanging out with that guy and Jody, the Pizza Pie Samurai, and we found pickle pizza a lot of places because if they didn't have it, John would sort of bat his beautiful eyes and say, "Could you please put some pickle on that pizza for me?" And they would usually do that for him.
I think he brings his own jar of pickles, actually, is what he does.
He needs
you guys know I have that emergency jar just in case.
Yeah, that's right.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to see how much pizza you actually eat because I'm going to get to watch you for 2 weeks on this cruise.
Right. Did you ever see Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jesse? That movie?
Never heard of it.
You never saw that one, the Indiana Jones Raiders?
No, never heard of the movie at all.
Okay. There's a wonderful scene in the bar at the beginning of the movie with two characters, and I was trying to think if maybe you and I should recreate that, but with pizza.
But with pizza.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
You're signed
that's
up.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. Insanity. All right. YouTube. Back to the show. All right. So Cache-Maniacs. So remind us. I'm trying to remember what happened. What happened to Cache-Maniacs? Just sort of morphed, right?
Cache-Maniacs had a 5-year run.
Okay.
It was an interview show. We explicitly, when we went into that, said we're going to give this 5 years, see where it's at. If we still like it, we'll extend it.
Right.
But 5 years, that's all we're going to give it. Figure out what to do after that. Because I had transitioned from Michigan Cycling Podcast, which I liked, but I didn't really get the fulfillment out of it.
Yeah.
I liked meeting the geocachers, and I was, especially at that point, very much into oral histories because I was doing another project with a different group before I had gotten into the podcasting on oral histories. I really missed that.
Right.
With geocaching being at its infancy, I really did feel we needed something like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it really did have its place, especially the first 3 years.
Right.
So much was changing during that 3 years. That 4th year, things started to really stabilize, and by the 5th year, it was very much everyone was saying about the same thing.
Okay.
that was one of the big reasons why we didn't renew. It just wasn't different enough. And
Okay.
at that point, I wanted to focus on doing something more about the tech, because people were really still struggling with the tech, especially the transition from Mobi Reader into some of the newer technologies for paperless caching.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris and I, who
Yeah.
had been doing segments on Geocaching podcast, which I was also hosting at the time, who's also a tech head, decided to do the Geo Gearheads. And it was not just geocaching. We wanted to hit some of the other games, like Wallaby came out shortly after we launched that one.
Yep, I remember playing Wallaby.
But there were some other games that were similar that were starting. Ingress also came out around that time.
Right.
So we
some
wanted,
were,
we wanted that flexibility. Oh, yeah, and I'm sure there still are. It had a serious following.
Yeah.
And there are people who are still into Wizards Unite, which is the Harry Potter one.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
No,
and they've had the largest Pokemon Go event ever in Chicago this weekend.
Oh, really?
It's the 10th anniversary of Pokemon Go. So the Go Fest this weekend was absolutely insane. They took over Grant Park again, but Grant Park isn't capable of fitting as many people as they had.
Right.
So you have to get the tickets. But somewhere, someone was claiming there's more than 2 million Pokemon Go players playing in Chicago for this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
I don't know that that's official. That was something that I caught on one of the local news reports, so I don't know. But I would not be at all surprised.
That's wild. That is wild.
So location-based gaming is still a big thing. It's changed. It continues to change. So we'll see what happens, in the next 10 years.
Really? Now, for a while there, then you were on Geocaching podcast and Geo Gearheads at the same time.
Correct.
Okay. And then
I also had some others in there too, including Cachers of the Round Table.
Right. We talked a little about Cachers of the Round Table before. The funny thing is then Chris was on Geo Gearheads and Caching in the Northwest. So it was just kind of a crazy, you could kind of watch him, in a weird way, I guess.
Well, and he was doing the Bad Cop segments on Geocache. Wait, no, sorry. The Geocaching podcast.
Right.
So do you guys remember Ice and Rise Geocaching Videozine at all?
I don't think
No.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell to me.
It's still on YouTube. I had to go and look it up, but I was doing regular segments for that, and I was doing the occasional segments for Podcaster as well.
Wow. Oh yeah,
Yeah, podcasts have been around for a long time.
I was doing a little bit for a bunch of these other podcasts, especially if there was like new technology. When the Colorado launched, I did things for everyone because I went out, bought it. It's not the kind of thing that I would have bought first generation of, except I wanted to talk about it on the shows.
Right.
So I went out and did the whole thing. Same thing with the first of the touchscreen devices, the Oregon.
Okay, cool.
Went through all of those, did some follow-ups for the updates. This is the new technology. I think this is going to be the future of paperless caching. And then, of course, we got smartphones with the apps, and then all of that went away, which I think we all knew that the time that was going to happen. I think both Chris and I, separate from each other, had gotten Trimble sent us Blackberries for a couple of weeks to play with their app, because they had a geocaching app exclusive to the BlackBerry that would let you do paperless caching.
Wow.
And we took that out to one of the Geo Woodstocks. We were playing with it there. We were doing some like hands-on demos to people at the event, nothing major. But it was interesting the GPS on those devices wasn't anything that you could find a cache with. However, the paperless caching was good enough that it was that first step where you could really see what the future looked like.
One of the things that really sticks out to me that I remember watching very intently one night, and I don't see if you remember, this is funny because you're like, we've all done this with other people too. You're like, I remember that perfectly. And you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember any of that. I have a friend that I told this long story with him about, we did this and we did that and we did this. He goes, no, I don't remember any of that. So let's see if you remember this. But there was a show that you guys did, and you're gonna have to fill in the blanks as far as I'm trying to remember the product or the app or whatever was used. But Burks was at this park, and you could follow him
Glimpse
online. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep. It was Glimpse, which is still around. Yep.
And it was actually very riveting because you could show on the screen where Scott was, and you guys were like, okay, the cache is supposed to be down a little bit. He goes, I'm looking here and I'm not seeing it. And there's people here. Let me walk a little further.
Well, and I think he was on the phone for that one. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. But we could see him on Glimpse, but you were talking to him on the phone, which is wild.
Yeah, because at that point, I don't think we were even at 3G yet. We were at like Edge, so video wasn't a thing.
No, but it was awesome.
Yeah, we were, I believe, doing that through TalkShoe on Geocaching Podcast, and we did it at least twice, and then we tried on Geocaching Podcast again when we switched to Hangouts on Air, doing it in the field in Hangouts on Air. It didn't work as well, to be honest.
It lost a little bit in translation, I guess, there.
Well, it's rough because I think we were still trying to use Glimpse and it wasn't updating as frequently, presumably because you're taking up all your bandwidth in the browser on the phone.
Right.
And you couldn't see anything because it's night. So what's the point? And the audio was breaking up. So we had to actually, I think, turn off all of the video functions and go just straight audio. It still just wasn't working nearly as well.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right, real quick. We got a message from Brian, Mr. Brian Roth, and he sent us a video. So let me show that video real quick.
Hello, Geocache Talk Network friends. This is Brian Roth from Geocaching HQ, and I'm sorry I can't be with you, but I just wanted to reach out and wish you all a very special congratulations on 10 years. 10 years is a long time, and I guess I say this often when I have the privilege, the honor of being on the show, but this game takes a lot of work from a lot of people, whether it's the lackeys here at HQ, the community volunteers, the reviewers, the moderators, the translators, but then you guys, the podcasts, the vlogs, the people who hide the caches. This is truly a community effort, and so from all of us here to all of you, thank you for what you do. Thanks for helping to educate, entertain, inform, get the word out. It's always a pleasure to be on the show. I will look forward to joining you all again soon. We have some fun stuff in store. Of course, I can't talk about it or I'm going to get myself in trouble. But really wishing you all the best, wishing you a very happy 10 years, and congratulations. Keep going. Thank you so much for all you've done for all of us. Cheers. Happy geocaching.
Oh, that was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been super supportive of the show.
Yes.
And podcasts in general too, right? But I mean,
absolutely.
From our perspective.
It's interesting too. I don't know, Daryl, with your maybe even back in the day, I wonder what his reaction was to podcasts. Like, do you remember interacting with him like in the beginning, or did you ever try to get?
We actually didn't do a whole lot with Brian, though we did talk with him occasionally. But we've had a few different folks, a few of the lackeys that we've talked with. and we've had a few of the other folks on. But yeah, it's been really well received at Groundspeak.
Yeah.
So that I just never felt like they were trying to shut us down or anything. It was always at most, we can't talk about that right now, which we totally understand.
Yeah.
We all know how these kind of things go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We usually get him on Podcast to Hope every year, thankfully. And actually, wasn't it John last year? Did he kind of spilled some beans last year, I think.
Yeah, I think we've gotten him to spill beans a few times.
He always does a little bit. You can tell he wants to say more too because he's excited.
He's always like,
yeah,
more. I get in trouble.
We've gotten him in trouble a few times on podcasts. So
yes,
I can relate.
But it's.
I feel like every time he's on, there's somebody in the back like watching him, like with the clipboard, like we're not doing that.
I seem to recall a certain Geo Gearheads where we had Brian on, and one of the lackeys was in the chat. Going, Brian, don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Yeah.
Well, and I love too when Brian's on because you can tell, like he just wants to like hear from the community and how much he appreciates hearing from the community, especially on podcasts. And I know there was one, I think it was like last year, and we were talking about like attributes and different ideas, and you could see Brian writing it down on his notepad. And moments like that, I'm like, how cool is that? Number one, the president of geocaching.com is on our podcast. Number two, how much they care about the community. And number three, I mean, hearing these ideas and saying, hey, let me check into it, let me find out. I mean, that's just so cool, I think, on so many levels. And I mean, I always love the geocaching community. You guys know that. I mean, podcasts, the people in it, the lackeys. I just think it's like magic when all of this stuff comes back together, And I know for me, like, and again, listening to podcasts, because I mean, it's like trying to learn this game, right? And it's like learning it through the podcast, learning it through people. It's just like, you remember when you learn something for the first time, you're like, oh, that's a challenge cache. It's like, whoa, that's cool. I had no clue,
I was the same way in the beginning. Now, luckily, I started in an area where I had really helpful cachers, right? That helped me, without running me out of the game. Like, dude, you're an idiot. Stop doing this. Is not how you do it. I had some of those where I deserved that. But then getting into the podcast, I think that's when you realized, like, and I'm talking about early on, even before I was on this show, there's a much bigger community out there that's interested in this game. It's not just a few people locally or whatever, that by the numbers and the maps. Like, it really sets in, and there's people there's more to this game than just going to the park. And I think that was that kind of eye-opening thing for me of, wow, there's a lot of people digging deep into this game, like spending time to podcast about it and everything else. And I think that's the first time I'd ever listened to podcasts about a hobby at all. So I was shocked by that, just opening my eyes to the world of it. And I'm still shocked today when, like, because we've all been involved with this so long. You meet cachers that have been caching for years, and they don't even know that there's podcasts about geocaching. And you're like, dang, like, But I mean, it's not everybody's thing. I totally get that, but it was an eye-opening thing for me early on, and I listened to all the shows that Daryl's talked about and some other ones as well, and that's when I really started getting more into like the education behind it. It's fascinating that it's still happening after all this time. Like we're all still learning stuff all the time, right?
Well, one of the beautiful things with the podcasts, and not limited to podcasts, but I think especially with podcasts, is we're sharing a lot of regional tips, and especially when we've got the guests on. Like, hey, what is a PPN? Which is something until 4 or 5 years ago, I don't think most of the folks outside of the Detroit area heard of. But it starts to get out there, people start using it, and there's many fewer regional terms like that
right.
folks don't seem to know, and they're using the same techniques. Hey, this might not work as well here, but what a great idea. I'm going to adapt it and use it here.
Right. That's good. And it's changed so much. Think how much the game has morphed since, not completely, but it's definitely changed.
I think it's morphing faster right now than it ever has.
I don't know about that. And it is still changing, but I think we had our biggest change in that 2008 era, because that's when the smartphones hit.
Yeah.
We went from, if you were lucky, a PDA, but for most people, they were still printing out the cache pages, and they were taking those into the field. With the advent of smartphones and all of the apps, that was a huge shift, and we saw millions of geocachers enter the game.
Yeah.
So I think that is still our biggest change point.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't here for that one, so I can't speak to that. So I found my first cache by address, and I didn't even have the paper printout. But that was not till 2009, and it was 11 when I got in the game. So since 11, I would say with the AIs and Adventure Labs, and now you can hide one by your phone instantly. You know, like, I think that's the biggest shift that I've seen since, well, really, from fairness, 2011. So
yeah.
So Daryl, you, like I said, we talked earlier about Ingress, in Pokemon, all these other shows. You've been around. Sorry, you're not that old, but you've been around for a while, my friend. And
I was in geocaching within 5 years of geocaching start.
Yes. I'm dying to know your thoughts on the good old Adventure Lab that people either love or hate. So what are your thoughts on Adventure Labs?
I have yet to form an opinion really one way or the other. I tend to like Adventure Labs.
Right.
I don't know that what we've got is what we deserve.
Right.
Interesting.
I love the whole concept. It's so much better than, and I hate to do this to waymarking, but waymarking wasn't the replacement for virtuals. It was not good.
Right.
Virtuals are far better.
Yes.
The Adventure Labs are not virtuals.
No.
But it gets back to something that I really wanted before I even got into geocaching, which was geo tour kind of thing, not the
geo tours, but right.
Correct, but where you can go, here's a location, learn more about it.
That's true.
I would love to see some of that start to develop. I love the game aspect, but I'd like to see more in there. I'd like to see, if this is going to be scored like it is, I want to see more game features in this than just, okay, go here, answer questions, and you're done.
Right. No.
Actually, do you guys remember an app called Citer? SIGHTER.
That rings a bell. Is that the one where you had to go and take a picture of a location?
You had to take a photo similar to the photo that was in the post.
Yeah.
So it gave you a range, and you had to go out and do it. That, to me, was absolutely entertaining. I got to learn and see stuff that I never found before. It's the very reason that geocaching appealed to so many people. Of you get out, you start exploring the world.
Right. Oh yeah.
That's to me what Adventure Lab should be. Not necessarily with the photos.
Right.
But go out, find something, learn more about that thing, whether it's history, art, whatever.
This is killing me because I can think of a way we can do that now, but we're not going to get sidetracked. We'll talk about that after the show's over. But
that's for
with technology the way it currently is now, I think we can actually make that happen. But we'll move to the side of that.
I'm sure we can make something like that happen. The question is, can you get the adoption?
That's true. Speaking of
the way I'm talking about, yes, but we're not going to talk about it now because we'll get detracted. And we got a great show tonight.
Oh man, but you're so tempted. You're so.
John already knows where I'm going with this because we've been playing with some stuff offline. So.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point because that's what we would call a show. That's a topic for another show, which brings us to our next giveaway, which is I have a glass to give away. It's thank you to Mr. God, my brain is so bad tonight.
Ryan.
Mr. Ryan Semmel. That's for another show, and it's got the logo on the front, Geocache Talk. So let's do another giveaway. I'll bring it back up.
Gary, are you talking about this one right here?
That one. There you go. I got another
there you
one
go,
too,
right there.
I got an extra one. We can give it away.
That's a classic right there.
I'll bubble wrap it up really good to send to whoever wins. So wherever you are in the world, I don't care where you are. I'll send it.
Whoa.
I know, isn't that good? That's big. Hey, I've sent a bunch of stuff to France recently that bought off of Etsy, and it takes a little
it's not
takes
cheap.
a little effort to get that done.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Direwolf asks a very important question. Did Ryan drink out of that glass?
Sure. Let's say.
Oh my God, that adds.
You can now clone Ryan if you get the glass.
Do that glass right there. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next winner is, it's spinning for our audio listeners. It's spinning, and the winner is PWC NPC. That's Pamela Mingo. There you go. So he wins the. There you go. Perfect.
It seems like he was giving like a Kansas vibe there. You know what I mean? Like his Kansas
He
vibe
was,
got
didn't he?
rewarded. Yeah.
Did definitely kind of have that. So, all right, very cool. Let me stop sharing that. Okay. Well, we're getting to that point, Daryl, and I am so grateful for you helping and being a part of everything. Looking back on that time, I had no earthly idea what to do. And I so appreciate you going, here's what we do. Number one, calm down. Stop being mad at Michael Miller. It's okay. And what's funny is I said before the show, I talked to Michael Miller a couple months ago, and it's been 10 years. I kind of got over that. But he goes, "Hey, what are you doing now? Do you ever do a podcast or anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been doing a podcast for 10 years, ever since that show ended." I didn't do that. I was nice about it. It's like, "Yeah, Geocache Talk. Here you go."
But Cache and Release is not the only show that we have all, Daryl especially, have seen come and go.
Yes,
there's been a lot of podcast shows come and go over time, and not necessarily always a negative thing, right? But it's just there's that the limited life run of many podcasts. It's hard to keep it going for a super long time. Like, I don't know how podcasters been doing it for 80 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
I think they started in 1999 before they just knew geocaching was coming out, and they went ahead and started it.
They invented podcasting so that they could create podcasts.
That's what it was. I knew it was something like that. Yeah.
Crazy.
They invented
but somehow Daryl was probably involved. I always think, like, hearing the stories about Daryl.
Daryl helped him get set up.
I'm like, is Daryl like the A team? Like, do you need help?
Like
you have no one else to turn to in
That's
the
right.
geocaching world, and you have a question about tech, call Daryl W4.
He did. He walked me through the whole thing, and here's how you do this. Here's how Google Hangouts on Air works. Here was, oh gosh, our for the show. I mean, everything, show notes, how you upload it for the audio, and those were. And then back in the day, it was a little bit different. Now, I went with Podbean. What y'all used another product for your audio?
Libsyn.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, Libsyn was around early on and stuck around forever. And we saw a ton of the other, podcast hosts fail. So we were very, very much we're going to stick with Libsyn.
Yeah, Libsyn. Well, it is wonderful. Let's bring in some of the team. I don't know if I can get them all on the show with us as we as we start to transition over. But I'll bring in one of your guests from many years ago, Cache-Maniacs. There's Tom, Electric Water Boy. He's got his stuff ready for Geo Woodstock. All right, good for you. And
I got something for John too.
Do you? Oh, good.
Oh,
God.
Tom.
Beer.
But
that looks amazing.
That's for another show.
There you go.
One. Very good for you.
Tonight we're sticking with Louisiana stuff.
Oh, nice. Yep. We're on a Louisiana trip right now for Geo Woodstock. All right. Very good. Let me bring in Memphis Man. There's
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Derek.
Derek. Hey, so good to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. It's been a while.
It's been a while. We'll get caught up.
Man, I thought he got boxed up and shipped off somewhere in a FedEx plane.
No, I did that for everybody else.
Well, you may accidentally slipped at work, and who knows where you'd end up.
Yeah.
Either right now, it's either Oakland or Sydney.
There you go.
I'd probably pick Sydney myself if I.
Yeah, but it goes by Oakland, so that's.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Oh,
Let me bring in your cohort. There's Chad.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, Chad.
And then we've got that's good representation there of Gadget Talk. And let me bring in the members of Challenge Talk.
Hello.
There's Emily, and we got Tim.
We can get 9 on now, huh?
Challenge accepted, right? We got a whole crew here. It's like
Feel
Brady
like
Bunch.
I want to take center square for the block.
Here you go. Okay.
Perfect.
Just make sure it's a question about pizza, and I'll help out.
There you go. Well, good. Well, Daryl, again, thank you, my friend. We appreciate all you've done, and don't be a stranger. Don't block me, so I can send you a message once in a while. Because I want to talk. I want to have you on again. I want to talk more about, because the technology has changed, and nobody else knows technology like you do. And I think that I think there needs to be further discussions on some of those topics. So I want to have you come back, and we're gonna talk about more of that stuff and some of the old days too.
Yeah, we'll set it up.
Cool.
And I'm glad you didn't talk about me fanboying you when I first met you.
It's a weird situation being a podcaster because most people don't even recognize who you are until you make more than about a sentence or two.
Right. And then you're like, oh, I know that voice.
But there are some awesome stories around being recognized around geocaching events.
Yes, absolutely.
It's always funny.
And even at theme parks.
Oh,
really?
Wow. Theme parks. We're gonna keep that story. We gotta do that. All right.
You got. Yeah, I got to hear what this theme park was. Was it a geocaching theme park?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Nothing related to geocaching. Geocaching not permitted in the parks.
No.
Yeah. Daryl, you're setting up one heck of a teaser for the next show that you're on. You know that?
Yes, you got to do it.
He's got to keep it up. You got to stay tuned for more from Daryl W4. All right. Good night, Daryl. Thank you, my friend.
Night.
Thank you.
Take care, Daryl.
Bye, Daryl. I could do the working here.
Well, this is what sounds like just about like the first show, Gary.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see that
whiteboard behind you again.
Yeah, we'll see like this here. Like, are we on? I think there we go.
And yes, and here we go.
Oh,
and
show energy.
We're gonna start, and hopefully somebody will join at some point. That's probably not a way to start a show.
You did hit the record button, right?
It's honest. It's real.
Yeah.
And look where we've come.
Well, Emily, wasn't it at first? I know we've did it once or twice on Gadget Talk, but I think about everybody on here has made it actually about 10, 15 minutes into a show and went, oh, whoops, we're not streaming.
Yeah.
Go back in.
Right.
Hey, it happens. Come on.
Why isn't anybody commenting? Usually there's like,
am I on
mute
mute
on here?
What's going on? We're missing Charles. As I mentioned earlier, she will not join us, but we got our production manager, Dawn, is in the chat room helping us out there, keeping up with that. Again, somehow she signed that into her contract, and I don't know how she got that signed. So we've got to work a negotiation on that. More pizza. Some of that pizza. More pizza. Some of that pizza, John, that I talked to you about, which is that prosciutto.
Oh no, it's getting reallocated to Dawn.
And arugula.
Oh man,
John, there's a new place that I just saw that opened up. And I think it's a a fusion. I think it's what was it? It's Indian pizza from India.
Oh, okay.
It's just opened up here somewhere in Memphis.
Oh my
I saw a video or saw something on it the other day. So
that sounds amazing, Derek. I gotta make my way back down that way now.
So I guess it's curry pizza.
Oh my!
Curry pizza. Wow.
I don't know about all that.
Well, if you put it on naan, anything on naan pizza's just bread, a sauce, and whatever's on top of it, right? If you use naan, you put some curry stuff on it, put some curry sauce, and put some of the other stuff on there. I guess it just makes it a pizza, right? That's all it is, right?
Yeah, I think that's for an episode of Pizza Talk in the future, but I don't think everything like that is just is actually a pizza.
I mean, if you take pizza and you roll it in a ball and you cut it, you get sushi pizza.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, this is great. This is great, and I think that's why Pizza Talk is going to come back bigger and better than ever.
Yeah, but if you just fold it in half, it's a taco.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, pizza comes in all kinds of forms, guys, and that's the beauty, right? Because I mean, like,
roll it, fold it, it's a burrito.
But you know, it's like you can have a burrito pizza, you can have sushi pizza. It's like pizza's like the all-inclusive food.
All right.
Thank you, Gary.
Is that all it took?
I'm not sure what happened to that guy. I don't know who he was, but you had to move him out of there.
Yep. That's good.
Hey guys, so I mean, man,
he's back.
Gary, are you going to spill the beans about Pizza Talk tonight? Are you ready to do that?
Well, no, but then it wouldn't be Pizza Talk; it'd be Bean Talk.
Well, you know, pizza bean talk. I mean, Gary could be on it. It could be like a Mexican pizza.
Yeah. You know, that sounds dangerous.
This is going so downhill.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, when I say it's going downhill, it's getting really bad.
It's going downhill bad. I didn't even get a chance to get going on this thing. So, all right. Well, let's hold that. Let's hold that thought for a moment. But I got a video to show. So let me show this real quick.
It's time for
Geocaching
with Kids!
You missed one there, Gary.
Which one I miss?
Book club.
Yeah, book club.
We didn't have a bumper for that one though.
I don't think we had a bumper.
I saw a lot of old work there that I did. A lot of old footage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a lot of Derek's graphics work there, but I tried to put them all together.
I kind of forgot about the deep dive one.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, deep dive. So I've got some information. See if you guys, and I don't know, it's not really. Oh, well, quiz you anyway. What the heck? But see how your memories are. But
terrible.
Here we go. I know. All right. And I'm going to put them in order. This is interesting. Does any of you guys want to, and you can all guess if you wish, but after Geocache Talk, there was, of course, it was in basically 2020. So you got the year. So you're part of the way to the answer. What was the first show that came about after Geocache Talk? What was the first?
I know that one.
Kids.
Yeah, June 8th. Geocaching with kids, and it was kind of funny when I was going to say this. Hearing the Nikki and Curtis's voice on there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that. They don't sound like that anymore. Curtis is 18 and graduated high school.
Whoa! No way!
Congrats, man! That's awesome.
So Nikki's 16, going to be a junior this next year. Yeah, and she's a competitive dancer, and she's about to have This summer's going to be kind of a rough summer. She actually has to have a reconstructive foot surgery. She's got an extra bone in her foot. So they're going to take that out. But yeah, she does that. Curtis is a competitive archer now. In fact, in his range last year in nationals, he placed 8th in the U.S.
Very cool.
Very cool.
So
Wow.
yeah, he's kind of deadly. So yeah, it's just So oh my gosh, yeah, and this has been a really big year for us, and one reason with not being on a lot of different stuff. Of course, graduation. Curtis turned 18. Nikki turned 16. I turned the big 5-0. All within like a couple weeks, and then coming up is mine and Jess's 20th anniversary. So there's just a lot of stuff going on, but it's just been kind of crazy. But yeah, just hearing geocaching with kids. Yeah, their voices aren't that high anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you got to do an update with like their voices now. You know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
With
It'd be more like
kids.
geocaching with brats. I don't know. It should be.
Dude, geocaching with teens. How about that?
Yeah. No. Because they're like I said, they're all gone. As a lot of kids do, they've all gone their own way. I mean, even as a family, it's hard for us to even do geocaching anymore, just because our schedules. I mean, our schedule now. When we used to be able to drag the kids wherever we wanted to, now they're dragging us to dance competitions. They're dragging us to this event, this here event over here. We're running constantly, and with me working nights, Jess does a lot of the running, and it's just kind of crazy with what's going on. So, yeah, stop Direwolf. No, okay. Yeah, I was just looking at Direwolf's geocaching with grandkids. That's for Gary's new show.
Yeah, grandkids.
No, still a ways from grandkids. But yeah, no, it's just been I remember that first show. That was a lot of fun. I saw a picture the other day as I was going through stuff for Curtis's graduation there, and there was a picture of us sitting around our table with the podcast stuff, actually getting ready to record. And there's a video, and I was like, "Holy cow, where did that little kid go?" Right. Yeah, he's taller than I am now, and so's Nikki. But it's because I got short jeans. They get that from their mom's side. But they're both huge, and it's just crazy seeing that and seeing the nano kids. Some of the old videos of that, and they've threatened me if the nano kids ever come up for anything. So and that was the whole purpose of it. We started doing the nano kids, and then Gary's like, "Hey, why don't we do, since you got kids, you're into this, why don't you do a geocaching with kids?" And so that's kind of how it kind of evolved, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of good guests on there. I know we had Josh, geocaching vlogger, on there one time. We've had and hearing some of his stories of some of his first experiences of geocaching with his kids, and using his shirt for his daughter to go to the bathroom out there. It was just, and then he got chewed up by mosquitoes at the same time. And it was just hearing those stories, and just, you know what, when we're geocaching with kids, we make memories, and some of those memories are stupid, but it's just the adventure. I mean, like I think I said on the show, we don't, you can plan the event, but you can't you can plan the outing, but you can't plan the adventure. And always when geocaching with kids, it was always an adventure, and it was just a lot of fun. And it's just, but it's all, like I said, as Gary, you were talking earlier, things evolve, and that's just how our family has evolved. A little bit more away from geocaching, or a lot away from geocaching, and doing some other stuff. But it's just,
the memories remain.
The memories still remains, and that's the important thing. And and funny thing is with YouTube, those memories last forever.
They do last forever. They don't go anywhere. Yeah.
No, and every once in a while, somebody's like, will threaten them, like, "Wait, you were on YouTube? Yeah, go check out this channel." So like, their high school friends now, like, "Oh my gosh!" It's like breaking, like for us, it's like our parents breaking out our old bathtub photos when we're
exactly. Kind of is like that sometimes.
Now it's a whole channel and videos.
It's all videos. And there's like 100 of them.
Speaking of kids growing up, I have another video to show. So here we go.
We did. I want to break in a special guest here.
Okay.
Somebody who just walked in. My mom.
Hey.
Here's Miley. Miley, it's Gary, you know. Come on, Hallie. No, look, this is a special. They knew what I was doing here, so they made. Oh, I'm trying not to drop it here.
Whoa!
It's my birthday tomorrow, so they showed up and with a birthday cake.
Yay! Hallie,
But they're all cachers as well, so that counts. My mom caches too, and
awesome. Hallie, put your face in here. Come on, don't be shy.
So you got to come put your face in.
Come here.
Come on. No, come on. Come on over.
Hallie,
so we're getting
here.
the rest of the.
Hallie, come on. You look fabulous. It's so good to see you again.
Oh yeah.
Well, we usually find something to say.
Yeah, they all showed up right at the end of the show here. So.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad to see you guys.
I embarrassed them enough.
So let me give you the update on the people in that video. So my mom is still geocaching. She has a geocache in her front yard. Miley, the youngest one in there, I took to the airport yesterday for her summer London semester of college. And then the other one in there, her and her husband, she's married, already graduated college and law school and is married now. And her and her husband geocache. They have an offshoot of our name. So we're Memphis Mafia. They have a version of it for where they live. And in fact, coming up in November, we are adding the 4th generation of Memphis Mafia geocachers to the world.
Yeah. So it is. Oh, actually, so let me change that. So it's not Gary is doing geocaching with grandkids. It's Jesse.
It's going to be me. Yeah. So I'll be a granddad for the first time ever. And I will have her geocaching account signed up on the exact day that she's born. So she'll have her account from the day that she was, came into the world and on. And that's what I'll be doing a lot of. It's coming up. They're not right down the street. So they're in another, they're in 2 states over or whatever. So we'll be doing a lot of road time. So I'll have all the counties between here and there, I promise you. But those little kids are now both adults, grown people. One of them's even has their own family and everything else. And the other one's the baby there is in college.
The baby. I know.
Doing her summer abroad semester or whatever. So it's funny how time flies. You don't even think about those videos. Then all of a sudden you're like, well, those are grown people. Those are adults.
Yes. Well, I think we've all seen.
We're super excited about it too. So
if you go watch a lot of Joshua Geocache vloggers, a lot of his old vlogs with his little kids, and they're all grown and out in the world. So
yeah, it's crazy that we have a sport where we have game, hobby, whatever you want to call it. You can have 4 generations of people involved with it at the same time.
That's awesome.
Yep. Dee says being a grandparent is the best thing ever. She's right.
Well, it's got to be because I'm already so excited I can't even stand it. So
that's great. Tom, what are you doing? You're like over here. You're in the chat room too, man. You're rolling.
Busy guy.
You got it. All right. So that was fun showing the opening. So let me quiz you guys and gal.
Uh-oh.
So again, Derek's correct. The next show was Geocaching with Kids. Show 1 debuted January 8th, 2020. So next came
Puzzle Talk?
No.
Oh.
No.
I should know this one.
Chad.
I knew the answer. I was just letting someone else guess.
So Gadget Talk was next.
Gadget Talk, yep. Gadget Talk was next.
Yep. Gadget Talk debuted on January 28th, 2020. Gadget Talk, I think the very first show, which I went back and looked, I should have pulled some info on that, but I think it was me, Jesse, and Chad was the first show. So, and then of course Jesse and I kind of faded in the background and let Chad and Derek handle it. So, what are your thoughts on I'll ask you two guys, since you were the beginnings of Gadget Talk. What are some of y'all's early memories of Gadget Talk?
Prepping.
That's the truth. Yeah,
I did a lot of prepping for the first shows. A lot of getting material out, stuff to build. It was fun, and then making sure I had a co-host on because, as people know, I'm not the best at talking, entertaining people. So I just build.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love watching what Chad was building, and I think I've made the comment in his old shop, just sitting there looking in the background and going, okay, what's changed?
Yeah.
And it was like like doing a Where's Waldo type thing in the background and just seeing different stuff pop up. Now, of course, as that show's evolved with Pizza Ninja and Chad, so Stephen Chad talk. So it's Chad's shop, and it's I'm that because nobody realized actually how small his old shop was.
It's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Except for those that actually made it over there, and holy cow, this Chad's new shop is huge.
Oh,
it's got its own zip code.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How much bigger is your new shop now than your old one? How many times?
Well, this is 3,600 square feet.
So like a million times bigger.
Versus 400 square feet.
Yeah.
Like that.
See, it's been crazy. And how many 3D printers are you running now, Chad?
I'm down to down to eight.
I love how you respond like you're quitting smoking, Chad, on that one.
Yeah, Gary was here in this shop not too long ago.
No,
yeah, there he is.
There's part of it. I'm not showing the whole.
70 people in the shop.
70?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And there still looks like plenty of room.
There was lots
Look
of
how many
room.
people are in there. And that's
We had
not the
a
whole
pizza
group.
party at like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It was a good night.
That's crazy.
They didn't kick us out, so we just stuck around. In fact, if you stick around long enough, you get pizza, John. Just a FYI.
Whoa. Is that how it works?
That seems to be how it worked for us, but they were gracious enough to.
I think that what is that, helmets?
Sorry.
All kinds of junk. I've been giving so much stuff away too because I just need. It sounds weird. I need the room for stuff, and stuff just gets old. So, it's harder to see stuff now though because the shop's so much bigger, and I have printers blocking most of the shop.
Right.
Wow.
Look at all the good stuff, man. It's
no, that's just all of us builders are so jealous. I mean,
I call it the Bounce Bounce Castle, but what's bad is it.
Bounce Castle.
That's pretty good.
I took more photos of the people. I should take more photos. Here's a good shot. I don't know what that computer's doing, but it's working hard. I'm not sure what that computer's doing right there. So,
wow.
Event. You know, Gadget Talk's been amazing. I love it. I love building stuff and showing people how to build stuff and learning from people. So it's been amazing. The guests that we've had on is great.
It was.
Had some really good guests, and it's just fun.
And I always enjoyed talking to people that were in the chat room and renaming them, like Seabiscuit, which has been commemorated on a whole bunch of different stuff now.
She still calls herself Seabiscuit a lot now.
Right. I don't even remember what the actual name was supposed to be now. It's just Seabiscuit.
Seabeck
Tribe. What it was Seabeck Tribe, right? Yep. They always call it Seabiscuit.
Yep.
So it was just. And then once we've been doing that, and then going out and going to different events and getting to meet everybody. I mean, that's what made it for me. That's what I absolutely loved about doing this is the biggest thing is getting out there to the events and getting to meet everybody. And I miss that part. And just because my schedule and all that just doesn't allow it anymore. But
yeah, I know we used to do weekly shows, which was it's hard enough to come up with how to build something, build it, make sure everything works. Rebuild it, whatever you have to do in a week or a month, but we were doing it weekly there for a long time, and that was just a
lot.
Well, a lot, and I don't mean to try and take over here, but it was just like at that time. Sarah, I had my YouTube channel going behind the cache. I was doing geocaching with kids. I was doing Gadget Talk, and half the time I was doing what Don's doing now in the background of every single gadget show, producing. So, I mean, it's amazing that when you actually have to get out there and get a real job, what happens? So I envy all these retired people that do all this stuff now, but it was crazy. It was just absolutely crazy. I'm just thinking about it. I hadn't really thought about that in a while, how much stuff I was doing at the time.
I was just going to show that
me and soon that guy will be. When are you retiring, Tom?
When? About 5 months ago?
Yeah, I figured you did. I've lost track of time. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mentally or actual date, Tom?
What you got, Chad? Let's see.
Oh, I was going to say I still have, and I have them all labeled over here on my shelf. This is the build from May 2020, the build that we have there, and then, or was that February? I can't remember.
February.
Wow.
February.
Yeah. I still have those.
Awesome.
I still got them. They're all not in order, so I just grabbed a bunch. There's May. Here's March. So I have all the builds still over here on the shelf from the months and months of building stuff. So
That's
it's
awesome.
actually kind of fun to be able to look back and see.
Those are some of the things that actually survived the fire. So I lost a lot of stuff from the fire, but those are still out there. Like the guitar from first Cache Fest was gone.
Right.
That was mounted up there. There's a lot of stuff, but that whole all that's gone. But I have a lot of still the same some of the stuff, but there's just a lot of it's just amazing, just the evolution. Just I love sitting there seeing like, okay, Chad, what are you creating this week? Okay, all right, and just sitting there and being a commentator on it. It was just probably one of the best parts of it, and just watching Chad's brain work and just the friendship that we've actually built from all that. That was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was great, and having Derek on is amazing because in my head, the way my brain works is I know what I'm talking about, so I don't put in all the information. And Derek catches that. He goes, "Of course you mean this," or he's talking about this because I don't think about it. I'm already in my head knowing what I'm talking about and what I should be talking about, and it's not always correct.
That's awesome.
Skipping over things.
But I will say,
it's good to have a. Sorry, I was going to say it's good to have another. I got two people I can rely on, but Derek had Chad, and Chad. When you guys worked so great together.
I'm trying to think the best one. Probably one of my favorite caches series that we did. It had to be the Scream Door when we built that. Door.
Gary just did this. Actually,
I just did that.
This printer still.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that canister survived too. I was happy about that. But yeah, that whole series that we did. That was a lot of fun.
The Scream one gets a lot of good attention. The Star Wars ones, the ones that I have out here for people to find. There's so many, but yeah, that Scream one is amazing. It's hard to put anywhere though because if you're going to find it, people are going to notice.
Yeah, we do the sci-fi series and like that. One of the few that is still actually out right now because I've been having to archive a lot of my caches just because of maintenance and time, but it's still Resistance of Feudal is when I actually did the board cube and it's in 3D printed and all that. That one's still out there. It's kind of evolved a little bit. The lights don't work as much, so somebody's got to bring like a infrared or not infrared, ultraviolet light to be able to do it a little bit better. But it's still out there. It still gets hits here and there, but it's just those. I loved it when we came up with names and just had everybody in the chat room and everything. And I see that you have the hat that you have on tonight, Chad, is one of our good friends that we always teased him because all he had was a jigsaw.
Jigsaw and a drill.
Jigsaw and a drill.
Who we're talking about out of California. Amazing gadget builder.
He's not in California anymore, though.
This is one of his hats that he gave us. So,
is he in Nevada now, or?
I think he's in Nevada now, isn't he?
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah.
But started in California
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he is on the move.
Yeah.
He
is on the move.
He is an awesome cache builder.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Great job.
And that was the point. When Chad, like Darryl Wolfwood here says, Chad was electric, Derek was springs and levers, and then he showed us how you can be so. You didn't matter what tools you had as long as you knew how to use them, and you could create some really cool caches.
Yeah.
So, and that was just something that was really great, and had all realms on that show, and people creating some awesome caches, and hopefully through that show, the level and went up on some of these gadget caches around the world, and that was just something that was really cool.
No, absolutely, and and hats off to John for jumping in and helping.
Yeah.
He kind of was able to assist Chad from the co-host side of things. So John, hats off to you, my friend. You did a great job.
Oh man, well it's just fun. I just enjoy working with so many creative and talented people in the geocaching community, and every single time Chad and I do one of those shows, it's just like blown away. And I know like when we had Just Ducking Around on the show, and it was so cool to see the article on Just Ducking Around being featured in FTF magazine. His cache is blowing up. Such a cool guy. Mike, Amateur Gadget Caches, and so many people. I mean, there's just so many creative, talented people in the geocaching community, and it's just so fun to see Gadget Talk and to see all those people, in that community too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a blast. And one of the things I love seeing is we'll teach how to do one of these gadgets, and then someone will send me something a week later going, hey, I did your build and then I added this part to it. And seeing what people did to improve it or to make it their own.
Yeah.
I love seeing that. And a lot of times it's so much better than what I built. I mean, what they were thinking of it is so much better. And so I just love seeing that stuff out in the wild and pictures from people.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. So then the next show, what debuted in a while, we did those 3 shows then for a while, and then in June 16th, 2020, we streamed live a new show called Puzzle Talk. And Tom, do you remember the beginnings of Puzzle Talk?
I can barely remember what I had for breakfast. Come on.
Do you remember what you want to? What do you remember your order at Whataburger? What do you order at Whataburger?
Oh, always a number 4.
There you go. So your brain is still working, my friend. It's still functioning.
That brain cell's committed.
So Puzzle Talk came along, and as we were thinking about Puzzle Talk, and I do remember the days of like, well, what puzzles? I mean, who I get? Because Tom was an easy pick for me because I knew his prowess. But picking Charles, I think, was a good selection as well. I didn't realize, I think, at the time, that Charles really knew puzzles, but he really does.
Yeah, he does.
And Tom and Charles together, forget it. I mean, they're perfect. You guys do such a great job on that. What are your, again, like I said, it's hard to remember back in the days, but let me just ask you what some of your fond memories of Puzzle Talk have been.
Well, I don't know. One is that the show's still going because you put 2 loose cannons together. That's I mean, gee whiz.
That can be a problem.
That can be a problem, but we managed to keep it at least PG-13.
That's true. That's good. I'm glad all of y'all have done that. So
the one thing we failed at, and gosh, what 2 months ago we failed miserably, is the show's supposed to be what, about an hour, give or take?
Yeah.
I don't think we've been down to an hour and I don't know how long.
Yeah, no, you're not even close to it.
I think we went well over 2 because we had Cash Loose on, Jason.
Yeah.
And gosh,
that was a great show.
Charles we were learning stuff. It's like, you can do what?
Yeah.
What? Show me that. He's awesome.
He was a great guest. You guys, don't do a lot of guests. You do a lot of topical, because puzzles kind of lend themselves to topics. But yeah, having him on was great. That was a great show.
Last show kicked our butt because we had user puzzles and we didn't get them all solved.
Right. Well, and that's what a question that came up also was, how do you guys approach the puzzles, because I know in the early days, I remember we'd always look at puzzles as like, oh, we can only talk about the archived ones. But how do y'all?
We'll talk about anything, but I mean, it depends on whose puzzle is or what. Some of them we'll walk you all the way through it, and some we just get you down the road a little bit. But
yeah,
it depends.
Yeah, no, that's you guys do on those. You've done an incredible job of walking that tightrope of going. I'm going to take you to this point, and then we're going to not talk about it anymore because we don't want to give away the whole thing. But
some of them you don't want to give away the whole thing.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Some of them you give away the whole thing, but you ask the people, okay, here's how you did it. Now, how do you make it better? How do you make it your own?
That's smart. That is really good. Yes. And yeah, so it's interesting each month. I know John's like, all right, what's y'all's plan? And what's funny about it is you're like, I don't know. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. And it's like a panic, or at least to me. I know John doesn't panic, but I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna do for Puzzle Talk? They don't know what they're gonna do. What are they gonna do? And then you guys come up with an incredible topic. It's just like, why do they put me in a panic mode like this?
What you want me to put you in a worse panic? That's all we do. We come up with a topic and then we split. We don't talk about it with each other.
Right.
We literally go, okay, we want to talk about this. Okay, you go find your puzzles. I'll go find some I want to talk about, and then we go from there.
Wow.
And 30 minutes before the show, when we're meeting up, that's when we finally, okay, what do you want? Here's the one I got here. I mean, we're looking at each other's show notes, but so we know what's coming, but we don't actually talk until right before the show. So,
don't tell me.
Really.
I love the chaos.
I know. You ask Gary. You ask behind the scenes. Now you know more than you want.
I don't.
Yeah. How do you think you get an honest show out of that thing?
That's true.
Yeah,
they're all guys you do an incredible.
It's a puzzle. Feel like figuring out what the topic is for the show, right?
Yeah.
And then a puzzle is how it's all going to come together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right.
And
they always
and then it's a puzzle if they're going to make it.
Yes.
How's it going to hit? It's a mystery.
It comes together.
Yeah, it works. It's been working for a long time.
Mystery cache, puzzle cache, it goes the same, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then
now I got a trivia question for you.
Oh, go for it.
How many times did you change our bumper music?
Oh God.
And here's an easy thing. How many times did you change it and not tell us you were doing it?
Sorry.
Many.
Let me tell you a little bit about copyright protection. So, of all the shows, and this happened to Challenge Talk too.
A lot.
But of all the shows, I will get a notification. And what's crazy about it is, and Derek, maybe you can explain this better, but I'll get a notification, and it goes, "Hey, we had to demonetize your show because you're using copyright music." And I go, "It's not copyright.
But all you have to do is send the form that told you, and they'll
I did for a while.
Back.
Yeah. But what's weird is this, like, this is Motion Array, but back when we had a subscription to Motion Array, it's like, and then recently I go out and I'm like, I work hard to find these not royalty, it's like this thing's free, there's nothing to it and all that. And it's like, and it's fine for a while. And then they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe we'll change it. And then of course we get a little bump on that to tell us, no, you can't do that.
They just have some computer running it, because I think we even got a copyright strike when the Travel Bugs were on performing their own song live.
Yeah,
and we got a notice like, you can't do that. It's copyrighted. It's him. He did it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when we did CacheCon, all that stuff's come back too.
Oh yeah.
Which that's later on down the road that we'll get to there, but that's.
Yeah. We'll talk CacheCon. Thank you for bringing that up, Derek. We're going to talk CacheCon in a minute, but first, another show. We weren't done. We had to do. I mean, I don't know what we were thinking, Jesse and John, but we're just like, let's just do another one. Let's do another show. So July 2nd, I should have quizzed him on that.
Challenged to do another show, I think.
We were challenged to do another show.
This is challenges. We had to do a challenge show.
Yeah, we did. We got to that point. So ironically, it was only a couple weeks later. June. We went from June 16th, Puzzle Talk, to July 2nd of 2020 with Challenge Talk, and and they're with us tonight. And Emily, you were part of the OG for that. You and Jeff May.
Right. I got an email from you guys inviting me to be a co-host, and the show was created. So like Jeff was all in. Jeff created the games we still play today. He created the format. Right. And I just like stepped in, but it was a quick turnaround. Like, do you want to be on this show? And also, by the way, the first show is in a few weeks. Right. And I already was on vacation. So it was like, okay, so I'm just going to jump into A, podcasting, B, things I don't know, and C, not in my home. So it was kind of a wild jump in.
It was.
Here we are. Like, you know, it was intimidating. But I was extremely excited to be asked to do this and to be a part of this team, you know. And you have all these thoughts in the back of your mind as you're trying to talk through, you know, Challenge Talk loves show notes. We're always talking about our show notes. We have extensive show notes. And, you know, so it's like, okay, so here's all these show notes and I'm going to read things and try to like put on this presentation. You know, it was a very interesting, like what's coming out of my mouth, what's going on in my head moment for that first show. Yeah.
It is. Go ahead.
Emily mentioned in the show notes. So we have Puzzle Talk that has no outline at all.
Right.
And I was thinking this, and when Tom was talking about, I was thinking about this because I was on the other side on both of these for a while, and then I'm looking at theirs, and I'm going, "Good Lord, everything's already mapped out. Let's go with this."
Yeah, I'm the geek who, anytime I've listened to a podcast before this show, I've loved podcasts forever. You know, I love show notes. What did they talk about? Where's the link to it? You know, so I am committed to us having show notes linked to everything we talked about in our show.
Yes. It was it was a great start. Amazing start.
She even had special guests on the show.
Oh,
yeah, she had somebody walk behind her.
Yeah, the first show, yeah. Dad didn't know he was on screen as he's taking pictures of his daughter on her first podcast. You can find that on YouTube.
That was awesome.
We've had some amazing guests. I don't think I'll ever get over having Jasmer B on last year. That was like favorite guest of all time, you know. So yeah, it's a very fun show. We brought Tim on how many years ago, Tim? 3?
3
We're
years
going on
now,
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, when Jeff had to step down and Tim came on, and Tim knows challenges. Tim loves challenges. Tim has me blown out of the water on challenges. And he filled a creative spot that I certainly needed help with. So that was great.
But yeah, it was very interesting because, you know, when Jeff said, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to bow out, I was like, ooh, okay.
I definitely preferred having a co-host to not in that interim.
I was like, Emily, what are we gonna do?
What are we doing? Yeah, exactly.
And so, yeah, Tim stepped right in, and it just flowed right in.
I actually stalked Emily at Cache Fest. So.
Yes, your stalking was convenient timing.
It was.
Yeah.
And for those that know him, Jeff is still an important part of the show because he created a whole bunch of stuff that we just can't redo.
No, we depend on Jeff. Wheel of challenges and a lot of our annual pre-event challenge for Cache Fest. Jeff does stuff for us, and we still really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, he's available. He's not no animosity. We love having Jeff back when we you know, like you said. You guys can use him and he wants to be still part of it in a sense. So, so yeah. Oh, there you go. Very good. Yes. Yeah. So it's one thing to start a podcast, and I think, big hats off to Tim for stepping in, and it just kept going perfectly. And it's like, it's not, there's plenty of podcasts out there that they try to add
Not
somebody
easy.
or they try to change somebody, and it just collapses into a puddle. So
yeah, well, it wasn't like this at the start, but talk about retired versus not. So Tim does a lot of stuff that really, really helps.
Yeah. You got a lot of fans out there.
Oh, thanks,
There you
Dave.
go, Tim.
Look at
There you
that.
go. So what are some of your first thoughts, Tim, when you jumped in? You were like, I got to jump in the show. It's been going for a little while. And just
I knew Jeff before the show. And
right.
in Challenge Talk, being the geek that I am, I've always been enamored of challenges. And so it was like, okay, well, this is a void. And Jeff is out here on the east side of the country, and so am I. So it makes a good mix. I think one of the keys to podcasting is one person who's talking and one person watching the chat. You play off of one another and perform. And so I knew that there was a second slot that needed to be filled. And like I said, when I was at Cache Fest and I was at the diner first, I was sitting all by myself, and Emily walked in, and I invited her to sit with me. We went caching, and I said, hey, if you got this opening, and they said, well, you got to be a guest first. So then they brought me on the show as a guest. And a couple of months later, I got the official offer. And yeah, it's been great. Like Emily says, she works all day, and she's on the West Coast. So I don't work at all day, and so I can generate energies toward the show. And then when she gets home, the show's ready to go. She has a quick dinner or changes.
She's set to go.
Yeah, we just go. So it has been
awesome.
Fun. And I love doing it. My family thinks I'm crazy, but it's a once a month thing. Every week, maybe not so much.
Yes, Tim and I are very satisfied with once a month.
You want the once a month?
Even once a month is hard, though. That's a lot of content you're putting out year after year.
Oh, sure. And that was one of my.
It's hard finding content.
Yeah, that was one of my thoughts at first. So, like, how do we do this? What do we talk about? And luckily, it's not only does the topic keep going, but it's always going to come back to the community for me, and our community is very inspiring, and it really helps me to feed that creative part to give back to them. And then as they're doing what we set forth for them, it brings excitement back to me. It's really good.
And I think Tim had it right. The formula, one person watching the chat and filling in and all this stuff. Because that's what Chad and I were. Chad worked. Doing all the cache and stuff, and I was comedy, and that's about what it was. And just kind of filling in. I like talking. I can talk, and as Chad always says, I have the gift of gab, and I have not kissed the Blarney Stone, so don't even put me on that aspect of it. But but it's just been that was always part of it. Even when we're doing just drew a blank on it. When we're at Cache Fest and we're doing our workshop and everything like that, I'm the one that's talking, and Chad's going around helping different people, and I'm helping different people, and just trying to keep the levity of everything and keep everything just everybody having fun. And that's but Tim, you're right. It takes two, because you fill in for the other person when things aren't happening or happening, and just there's the thought process and trying to go through some stuff.
Yeah, sure. And even Tim has ideas, and I'm like, I don't know, and I need to talk on them or think on them. The moment that was the revelation this year for our box of chocolates pre-event challenge. Tim had an idea. Yes. It was a little iffy, and then we had a Cache Fest meeting, and then it was a light bulb moment. And so it just takes that talking. This is not a one-person operation.
I will reveal on Tuesday that I know of one person that already has eaten their entire box of chocolate.
Ooh, do they have a tummy ache? Wow.
They might. That's a lot. That's a lot of challenges.
Yeah, that is. That's
all right,
super awesome.
We got another giveaway, and then we have a lurker that jumped into the green room, and so I'll bring him in a minute. I don't know who it is, some guy, so I'll bring him in a minute. But let's do another giveaway, and then we'll figure out who this mystery guest guy is. I don't know who he is, but all right, y'all ready for me to hit the spin? Got another trackable
What
to
are
give
we
away.
playing for? What are we playing for?
We're playing for a Sasquatch trackable.
Okay.
So Sasquatch is the lover of earth caches, so it's a Sasquatch loves earth caches trackable. So here we go. And if you want to win the next one, you can do #10. We'll do another one here in a minute or so. Albedo, hey.
Wow.
We got some.
That's a name that's been around for a long time.
It has been.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when I saw it. It's like, man, I remember that name.
Well, it was so cool to see Albedo at
Albedo.
last year's Geo Woodstock too.
Yeah. It was great. Congrats to him. So very good. Another cool giveaway. Don will make a note for me, and so great having a production manager. We brought Dawn on. Gosh, she'll have to tell us in the chat room, but I think it was the end of last year, and it's been helpful. She's also a coin designer because I don't know what I'm doing with coins, so it's been helpful to add her to the team. If I push the right buttons, let me close this. Stop sharing.
After 10 years, you still can't drive the software, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
I'm having flashbacks.
In our defense,
I was holding
StreamYard is always updating something, and then I don't realize it until we're live, and then I'm just fumbling
It's always
around.
moving stuff around, yeah.
Well, and it's been a while since I've been in StreamYard, and I'm just looking at. I mean, the logo's changed in here. There's a lot of different things changed, I'm just in the back room. I'm not even looking at what's on the driving side of this. Right
Yeah,
now.
Everything's a little bit different, but not a whole lot. But all right, well let's bring on this lurker on. He's going to have to go through and listen to some more Geocache Talk stuff. But lurker, who are you there, lurker? Let's see who it is.
I am here. Now, I'm having some computer issues, so I can't quite see what's going on, but I'll lurk around for a little bit longer.
It's Chris of the Northwest.
Yeah.
Another classic podcast voice.
Pay your electric bill. That's awesome.
Oh, maybe that's what I need to do. It's a new, unique. I'll pay that.
Unfortunately, podcasting doesn't pay that well, so he can't afford his lights right now.
You have no idea.
Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Woo!
Well, we see a picture of you anyway.
Kind of
frozen.
Well,
come back to me in a little bit.
No, you stay here. All right.
Okay.
So you stay here. So I got a video to show, and you guys, I think, will find this kind of funny. So here's.
All right. And then I have a really embarrassing story for Chris.
Oh, good. Okay. Hang on to that 1 second. Let's watch the video, and we can chuckle after that too. To that. So here we go.
No. This contest will run until the end of August. Well, let's jump right into the show. Show number 60 for Sunday, July 30th, as we welcome Chris back to the show. Welcome back to Geocache Talk.
Well, thanks for having me, Gary. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you bet. We're so glad to have you on the show.
I noticed you hesitated there. I don't know if you're really glad or you.
I am glad. No, I'm very glad.
Cut out. I wasn't me. I think it just cut out on its own. But Chris took advantage of the situation and
when was that?
The show 60.
Show 60.
That was a long time
ago. About a year and a half
ago.
in. Just about a year and a half in from then. So if we started in 2006 to be 2007. No, not that long. 17.
Chris and I got to hang out. I was going to try to find a photo. Chris and I were at the Bounce Castle.
Oh, it's a castle now.
Do you mind me calling it a castle, Chad? I mean, it's not a castle, but you have a beautiful home by the way, my friend.
But Chad could build a castle if he really wanted to.
I think he could.
He could 3D print it.
I think he's happy where he's at. That home of his is unbelievable.
It works for us.
It works for us. And it works for and we are so thankful too. We, if you hang around long enough at Chad's, you kind of get the extra tours are available.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the good part, is that
I do it all the time. The Cache Odyssey Finders out here because it's out front, and I don't talk much on the show, but I think when they come over and then they want to see the shop, I probably talk too much, and they're like, "We got to go." wait, let's look at this. Let's do this.
Yeah. So I have a picture of. I know that. Oh, he's moving again. Chris is moving
again. Yeah,
he's moving.
Here he is. Excellent.
I'm glad you can see me because I still don't have that yet.
That's okay.
I'm still stuck somewhere in limbo.
Is that Seabiscuit? It's a little
Yeah, Seabiscuit was out there.
But I think it actually might have been Lori.
Yeah, it could be. And there's Chris.
Looks like it.
So, but we got extra tour.
Mm-hmm.
So that was awesome. And we did get to do Cache Odyssey. And so I can't show, she won't let me show as part of the agreement. I can't show her face, but I can show. So there's Dawn's working Cache Odyssey Washington, so she can get mad at me later, but she's working Cache Odyssey. So I do appreciate Chad that you got, and I know you do too, probably, the fact that you got Cache Odyssey out front of your at the bounce place. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Fun watching people find it.
Yeah, absolutely. So there we are. Dawn sent me the photo too. This is. Oh, I can just lift it like that. There we are.
There you go.
Cool.
We almost look like we like each other.
we faked it pretty well, don't we?
Exactly.
So, yeah, it was fun catching up, and the old days we were talking about before with when Daryl was here tonight. Just that there's so many good memories, and I know that Tim has a story too, but me watching those shows. Oh yeah, there's Seabeck Tribe. Lori, I had fun watching and helping others get into the cache. Yes, which was funny too, because if you have a group together to do a Cache Odyssey, it's a lot of pressure's on, because everybody's standing there watching you try to open that thing, and she had like 20 people standing behind her going, I wonder if she needs to, because there's several steps in the Cache Odyssey Washington now. You got magic blocks, you got a lot of different. Chad did a great job with Cache Odyssey, the Washington 2.0, without giving too many bean spillages here, but it's sort of it's like a montage it's like a greatest hits
there you go.
Thing where you go through and you're like, hey, this is the first part of it, and you're like, ta-da, you're on to the next part. You're like, it's like the greatest hits of bounce kind of thing. So I love that you did that, Chad, that you put all that together like that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good. I think it's a little bit different than when other people have found it. Emily, you haven't found it out at my house.
No, I found it in the first location, so I got to come back up.
Yep.
But yeah, my parents and I really enjoyed the multi-stepped technology aspects of your cache, and they're just the hands-on puzzles too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You'll love the new one, but yeah, it was great fun getting to hang out with Chris some, and Tim, you had a story you want to tell real quick.
Oh, it's just an embarrassing story with Chris from back in the day.
Perfect.
So
He loves embarrassing stories.
Yes, I've listened to podcasts for years, but I would listen to them at work when I'm driving. So I was an audio person only, and I didn't recognize faces. I didn't know things. And walking around a toga party in Cincinnati, and this guy is talking, and we're having adult beverages along the way, and he's with a group, and all of a sudden I yelled out, "Hey, I know you from somewhere." And of course, him being who he is, he says, "Well, who? Me?" And I said, "Yeah, you." I said, "Where do I know you from?" He says, "I have no idea." And so the more he talked, the more I recognized the voice and said, "Oh, you're the guy on Daryl W4 show." And I said, "You guys are the Cache Maniacs." And he was like, "Yeah, that's." So then we hung out, and we've been friends ever since. Mm-hmm. And he's had me on his show. We haven't had him on our show yet, but I've been on his show.
Why is that?
I know. It's all about challenges, Chris. I sleep in.
You've met me. You know how challenging I am.
I do know how challenging you are. So someday it's in the production. We got to get our production people to get with your production people. Yours are being awfully ornery. But anyway, that's how I met Chris the very first time. And it was just, I didn't know him, but I recognized the voice. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a lot of us that become, celebrities by our voice. And it's just fun the way this has evolved, even for me being the rookie on the team.
I mean, Chris has a face for audio podcasting.
I think we all do.
Yes.
He told me that. That's his words.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've been doing podcasting for 15 years. Okay.
Wow.
And I get a lot of people that, just like you, that haven't actually seen a podcast but have listened. And so I get a lot of that of like, wait, I know that voice. Who?
Yes.
Who's speaking? So, there you go.
Yeah. Perfect.
And I think all of you will agree. We have somewhat of an odd relationship with our audience in the fact that podcasting is typically one way, right? We're talking to the audience. They don't get to talk back all that often.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so the audience, has a different relationship with you, and you may not even know, right? So they come up to you, "Oh, I love that story when you told, like Tim just did," right? It's like, "Oh, when did I do that?" And should you know that much about me? That's kind of disturbing, but nonetheless.
Yes.
And that's why it was so fun. And I always try to preface it. Remember back when at Woodstock at the toga party? Then
I did not remember it was at the toga party.
Yeah. When did you start, Chris? What was your first show that you were part of?
Well, I started on. Okay, so go way back turn the Wayback Machine, as far as it goes. And I was doing geocaching question of the day on Twitter. It started out just a generic, "Hey,
I remember.
How do you really pronounce CITO?" And I got a lot of feedback from that. And I thought, you know what? I wonder, could I do this more often? And that spun up geocaching question of the day. From that, X-Punk X and Daryl W4 reached out to be on the Geocaching podcast. And I was recording a weekly question and answer for them. To which, then I came on the podcast and, Daryl made the mistake of asking me to join Geo Gearheads.
What's crazy too, for a while there, back about 2016, or approximately, what was great was that we had Geocaching podcasts, which I listened to all the time. Mm-hmm. Then we had Geo Gearheads, and then we had you spun off, and you have to tell me when that started. But Caching in the Northwest, what was the what year did Caching in the Northwest start?
2008 seems right. Okay. Whenever there was Geo Woodstock in Seattle, I figured, Geo Woodstock, that's going to give me something to talk about. Because when you start a podcast, you come up with one or two shows, and like, now what?
Now what?
What are we talking about next week?
I thought this was a good idea.
Well, Geo Woodstock, that's going to be something I could do. Lots of shows on that.
Yeah,
I did one or two.
These others complaining about Puzzle Talk complaining about their shows and challenge. Like they're doing one a month. What about me, Jesse, and John? We're trying to do this thing every week. Going, what are we going to do next week?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's changed a lot over the years too, though. We've restructured and done everything else over the years, and had a bunch and had a little. And obviously during COVID time, it all blew up, right? Like everybody needed something to listen to, so you could podcast every night if you wanted to, and people were, because there was not a lot we could do during that time. So
no,
like book club.
Book club. The book club is awesome because
it depends on the pool that you're drawing your content from. I mean, with Puzzle Talk, you can only talk about puzzles so many ways, and same way with challenges. But you guys have the door wide open to do whatever.
Yeah,
you can take each cache type. You can take cachers. You can take.
Trips,
your
that's
content.
True.
So I can see a weekly works.
Yeah, weekly is it can be a lot, but like your shows, like it narrows down the content, but you also have people like, and I'll say challenges because that's one of my favorite things. People are really into challenges, right? Like, so they're watching a show that's in a niche hobby that's already niched down even further, like as far as you can go. So but that's going to be the intense interest you get to, right? So I think that's why y'all have been so successful with puzzles and gadgets, and that's because it's such a, if you're tuning into that show, you're interested in that specific topic, like the very specific topic. So people are pretty diehard about whatever their thing is in geocaching.
Yeah.
Very true. I do want to bring, since you mentioned we had the couple things I wanted to bring up before we wrap up tonight, which was this one. So let me play this video real quick.
But we'd like to talk about something tonight that we're hoping would be a good positive addition to the community. I don't know, Gary, Brian, either one of y'all want to take it from here?
I'm happy to talk about it a little bit.
Go for it.
So we'll take a step back and just say that you guys approached us and you said, hey, we've got an idea. Everybody's on lockdown. This game has changed. We have an idea of something that we can do for the community. And we said, okay, what does this look like? What can we do? Do you want me to tell everybody? Are we ready for that?
Yeah, go. Let's do it. Let's finally give the word. So, Derek, I think, has got a graphic we're going to bring up too. So go ahead, though. Go ahead, Brian.
So on January 30th, the Geocache Talk Network is putting on something that will be called a Worldwide CacheCon 2021. And it's basically going to be an online geocaching convention. It's not a mega event. It's not a regular event. There's no souvenirs or anything like that, but it's an opportunity for geocachers to get together and there's going to be a digital presentation starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's going to run 6 p.m. is when sort of the closing ceremony starts. And I don't want to give away too much about the schedule, but it's kind of a full day, almost like what you would see on stage at a mega event throughout the course of the day, except that everybody's going to be able to participate from home and tune in. It's a way for us to get that community feeling without being all together. And it's something where, for Geocaching HQ, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to promote it. We're going to try and tell everybody this is open to all geocachers all over the world. Again, Worldwide CacheCon 2021, thanks to the Geocache Talk Network. And I know I'll be participating and a bunch of other folks will be participating, and hopefully everybody wants to tune in. And it's going to be just one of those things that hasn't exactly been done before, but I know everybody is super excited about it. And these guys are really the ones to be credited with the idea and the execution. And HQ is really just playing a support role. But we're super excited to see it happen.
That was insane.
That was insane. I remember going through that show. Of course, the prep work on that was insane anyways, but
I tried to get my shirt on before.
No, good job. He's got it. Hang on, let's show it. Show it again. Show it, Chad, real quick. Let's see that. He's Got his shirt. Yep. Worldwide Cache Con. Yep.
And then the coins.
Yeah.
Yes, the coin.
Very nice.
Yep.
There you go. Excellent. That's perfect.
That was the prep work. Remember at the time, we were talking earlier about how StreamYards evolve.
Yeah.
A week later after we did it, it evolved even more. It's like, Dad, why didn't we have that last time?
Yeah, I know.
Because it did so much different stuff. But I remember looking at it as how many people we had at one point. I think it was, what was it, like 5,000 people on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
time.
wild.
It was crazy.
It was just absolutely crazy, and just had all the different music guests from what were they, from Germany that was on there. Then we had just all the different aspects of it. It was such a great day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that we all needed.
Yeah.
It was
during that rough time.
That was a tough time, and we got a lot of. I know people, I think we shared, everybody that was involved at the time kind of saw them, but we got a lot of emails from people, just like, we needed something. Thank you so much, just to break the tension. And it wasn't like it just, there was like, there's nothing going on. We feel like we can't do anything or get connected with anybody, and it was. And Brian supported it. And we knew HQ was watching. And there was one thing that happened. I brought it up before that we got a little scared about in the middle of the show. People got into a frenzy of like sharing trackables in the chat room. And I remember us going, "We're gonna get booted. We're gonna get booted. We're gonna get banned from geocaching," because it got like, there was a lot being shared at one point, like a bunch of them. We're like, "Oh crap!" But you don't want us to bring any more attention to it. Same thing, like, "Hey guys, chill out." But we knew HQ was watching too, and we're like, "Oh, we're gonna get in so much trouble."
It was tricky from a production standpoint, like Derek said, because people are just watching, going, "Oh, this is great." In the background, he and I are trying to keep this thing going because it's like playing another video, but
we did a lot of pre-recorded stuff for that.
Yeah, but you had to keep them. I mean, he and I were like, "Okay, you got the next one, right?" Yeah. Like, I gotta take a break. We gotta take a bathroom. I'll be right back. And he's like, "I got the next one." So he and I are trying to, because we can't get them to run one after another. We have to.
You couldn't upload the videos. You couldn't upload the videos directly to StreamYard at the time. I think. It was very limited, and so any of those that have ever worked at a TV station and ran Master Control, that's what it was. Yep. I mean, it's literally we have it lined up in the queue, and we're like, okay, here's the next one. Go here. Okay, I got 10 minutes. I'm gonna be right back. And I'm running out. Yeah. Just go to the bathroom, grab something to eat, and come back up, and then sit back down, and then we'd segue. And it was just what was 8 hours that we did that?
8 hours. Yeah.
No, I think it was 12.
Was it 12?
No,
11. Remember, you said it was going to be 12, and it ended up being 11 because we didn't add it up right.
We didn't add it up right because we ended up with the last part of it was the travel bugs. We ended up with the travel bugs doing an actual live concert at the end of it.
Yeah, we did
recorded concert, not live, but
there was because there was like, that was the other thing that was crazy we did. Derek, we look back on it, but recorded. We had all these recorded, and then we like live. So we got to figure out at that point we're going to do a live segment, and then we're going to like, okay, I think our live segment's going to wrap up now. So let's go back to recorded, and then we had all these recorded ones that we had to then queue up. And so Derek and I are trying to keep track of which one's which, and where, what's the next one. And anyway,
it was different, and we had to break it up in hour segments in the background of StreamYard because of the way we had to have the segments in there. So we're like literally switching over. Like we'd run the opener, and we're switching over in the middle because it wouldn't change over at that point. And then it was a lot of fun, but there was just so much prep work. I'm glad we don't do it again. But
no, but it was great.
And we didn't have the capability. Like right now, I'm looking at what is it, 9 of us on here at one time. We couldn't do that then.
We couldn't have 9.
It was like 4 or
4 or 5.
Yeah, I remember having you do the video of the plane flying from one place to another.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the little graphic.
Now it's probably so much easier to do, but back then Derek had to work on getting that going. That graphic.
That was, oh my gosh, weeks. And of course, that's when I was full time doing my own stuff and not doing what I do now. And the editing system, which is over there somewhere, which has since I've moved hasn't even been turned on. Hasn't been on for almost a year, but it's just it was a lot of fun, and just the evolution of everything, and then that turned into something else later down the road too.
Mm-hmm.
That's still posted somewhere, right, Gary? So people can go back and watch it if they're and haven't seen it.
It's still on YouTube, and it's still out there. Unfortunately, yeah, or unfortunately, I don't know how you want to look at that. But one other thing I could talk about tonight, because we can start to wrap up, but I got one more thing we can't forget to talk about. So I've got a video to show you to start the discussion about this for everyone. And here's the video.
You did some behind the scenes things sometimes, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, because we screwed up and we didn't care. I mean, we started including, as part of the show, as Mike would tell you, it was probably one of the more successful parts of our show once the whole dirty thing sort of subsided, when we would get things that are less dirty, more interesting people and interesting jobs, of course. But, we were able to feature a lot of the behind the scenes stuff and just as part of the show. It was great.
Right. It was the only reason the show stayed on the air for as long as it did. I mean, honestly, we got through the first season and we had checked most of the dirty jobs boxes that we wanted to do, but we were also, shooting a show in a fairly traditional way. And one of the first big conversations Barsky and I had was, in our industry, they call it breaking the fourth wall. So just the behind the scenes camera that's always rolling. But really, I don't think we broke the fourth wall so much as we ignored it. And if you let that clip really play out, what you would see is the process of us literally cobbling the show together.
I'm glad we don't have that camera.
Yeah, the fourth wall camera. I agree.
But we could throw Dawn up every once in a while.
Yeah, but we did our 10th year of Podcast to Hope, doing at raising money for St. Jude this past year, and we did hit. We're now at $104,000 that we've raised.
Wow.
For Podcast to Hope, and so that's something that all of y'all can be proud of. Chris was on once early on that, so we've had everybody.
An incredible amount of money.
Yeah, our community I really appreciate how everyone has bought into this for such a great cause, and it's something to be. I'm very proud of when I'm telling people outside of the geocaching community what we're doing. And look at what we're achieving. So thank you to everyone.
Yeah, that's a real community thing. Obviously, you don't get to those numbers, and the numbers have been growing every year. You don't get to those numbers without a big community support.
No.
And for a niche sport that we're all involved in, with geocaching, it's been great to work on and to trust me, I've sent a lot of messages to get people to come on, and I shoot big and work my way down a little bit sometimes. Sorry, but having Mike Rowe on was huge, and I've kept that. I mean, the other crazy thing is, if y'all remember, we reached out to Jim O'Hare from Parks and Rec, and at the time, because he sent us a video like a what do they call those, Chris? Cameo. Cameo, where you pay some money. I mean, we've had different people on that we paid a little money and they came on, and which was great. I mean, it was promotional stuff. We'll pay a little money for it. So, he did a really long one, and then he emailed me later and said, "Hey, he's not. I don't think he's really supposed to send emails to people, but because the way Cameo is set up is you contact Cameo, Cameo talks to whoever the person is that your celebrity, right?
Mhm.
And the celebrity then sends it to Cameo, and Cameo sends it back, which makes sense. They don't want everybody talking to every celebrity kind of thing. But he sent it direct to me, and I said, "Man, we really appreciate you helping us with raising money for St. Jude." He goes, "Oh, it's a passion of mine and a place in my heart for St. Jude." And I said, "Awesome." I said, "If you're available, if you're available,
Shoot that shot."
yeah." I was like, "If you're around, let me send you the link." And I sent him the link to Podcast Hope, and we just sort of did the show. Well, the multiple hour show, but I didn't expect him. Again, it's like asking somebody to join that you're like, yeah, he's not going to join. It's just,
Hey, remember what I was talking about earlier? The size of somebody.
Uh-huh.
He's somebody just stepped up here.
Oh, here we go.
This.
Oh my!
Get down.
He's got a squat. Yeah, down. Whoa!
There's more than Dano kids. There's Kurt.
That's crazy,
isn't it?
So cool to see you, Curtis. Thank you for joining us.
He said, "So cool." Thanks. He can't hear it because it's in my headphone. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. Tell him thank you. Or yeah.
And as I was saying earlier, how the voice has changed. Come here, Curtis.
What?
Oh yeah, you're no Nano kid anymore.
Wow. He's grown now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Curtis, thank you so much for joining us. It's
Nano
like,
adult.
I'll never forget at Cache Fest Memphis when we did the escape room on that one, and it seems like so many years ago. I just remember it was like Curtis, like Derek, like Preston, Stephanie. I don't think you were there, Chad, on that one, but yeah, I mean, man, you've grown up, Curtis. Like, awesome having you on the show.
Yeah, it's nice. Oh man. Nowadays, I just sit on my lazy butt and just play video games.
Oh, right. Nothing about being a super archer or anything.
No.
Yeah, your dad's proud.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know he is.
Very proud.
Congratulations and good luck on your next step. College?
Actually, I'm going to probably be taking vet tech school for zoology.
Awesome.
That's great.
Very
Enjoy.
cool. Excellent.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you, Curtis.
Yep.
Y'all
All
too.
right. Well, we're kind of coming toward the end here, and I guess we'll just get some final thoughts. And I think we got one more giveaway. So somebody give some final thoughts. In the meantime, I'll bring up the spinorama while we're doing that. So,
Well, I'll say it again. Thank you to everyone on the other side of this camera. You are our community that gives us our excitement and our inspiration, and we're doing it for you and with you. And thank you, everyone. Keep in touch with us. We want to know what's going on in your world of geocaching so we can expand our worlds on the show.
excellent.
Yeah, if you send
All
ideas
right.
into Puzzle Talk, Gary and John wouldn't have to be so nervous. About
So
what the next
nervous.
show is.
Oh, Tom, I'm not nervous, Tom. I kind of love when you guys don't respond in time because, like, many people don't see behind the scenes. I make up a ton of fake YouTube thumbnails with really bad ideas for the show.
This is amazing. I love this.
And I keep on one of these times. I'm like, they're not going to get back to me in time, and I'm just going to publish one of those bad ideas for the show, and they're not going to know
awesome.
until they have to go live.
Yeah, but we'd run with it.
I know.
You probably would.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
would run with it.
Tom, just saying, maybe the next one could be pickle puzzles. Just saying.
Ooh,
Might be.
maybe. You never know. All right, let's give away. Oh, we need to show where people what we're giving away. So last one for tonight is kind of a big one. We got a coin. People love coins. Let me tell you. So I have a Cache Odyssey coin.
Beautiful.
So Cache Odyssey has been a joy.
Another amazing network achievement. Yeah.
Yeah.
With all
it
of
really
your
is.
help. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Cache Odyssey has been a huge success. We didn't know Jesse had these crazy ideas. And I was like, sitting in a hotel room, sitting next to Jesse going, I think he's nuts, but I'm just gonna kind of not say much. I'm just gonna kind of nod and go, very interesting, Jesse. Very interesting. Let's ponder that. And my brain was like, letterbox hybrid, a regular size letterbox hybrid, and it's wheelchair accessible. What is going on in your brain? What was going on in your brain? It worked out.
Well, just like Emily said, we come up with the crazy ideas, and the community makes them happen, right? Like we kind of orchestrate it, but
thanks for joining our crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like the St. Jude fundraiser we do every year. The Worldwide Cache Con, Cache Odyssey. None of those things, we could not do those things. That's the community doing those things, right? Like
they really are.
The match stash we talked about earlier, we're going with 120 people on a cruise. Like that's not the 5 or 10 of us organizing things. That's the community just pulling together. We just happen to be lucky enough to be the people that get to voice some of those opinions of people, and it's just amazing everything that happens, and the community pulls together, and it's pretty wild how over the last 10 years it's been new people come all the time, but there's some people that have been here since the beginning and have been around, and there's a lot of people I haven't known 10 years. We've been weekly talking to these people for 10 years, right? It's pretty wild, but if it wasn't the community, there wouldn't be any point, right? Like we couldn't get anything done. The community is amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Cache Odyssey, like when we started to have those Zoom calls and got like so many talented people on board, and they're the ones that kept on leveling up Cache Odyssey. I mean, let's be honest on that one. Because, I mean, taking it from your idea, Jesse, which is an awesome idea. And then, for people saying like, okay, what if we recruited like amazing hiders and we got those amazing hiders on board? And then from there, people like saying, well, what if you made it a geo tour or geo tours? So, I mean, it started out in that simple idea, and with that community, it just like grew and grew and grew and grew. So yeah, I gotta say, I mean, we've said it so many times here tonight. It's like the community is just so amazing, so creative, so talented, so generous in donations. Especially for St. Jude on that one. That I just gotta say, I'm incredibly thankful for everybody, because I know, like I think most of us, after we do these shows and we interact with people, it's like our energy level is just so incredibly high. And it's like a rush. It really is like a rush, to be honest.
It really is.
Just working with people like that.
Well, and it's something like you said, that it really was a team thing. The down to Dawn designed the coin. It's an incredible coin, so it's been great to have this as something that people can get, and we'll give it away in a minute. We'll get there. But speaking on that topic though, John, is that I think it's incredible. And again, Jesse had this crazy idea, but when we talked to the team, the people that were, as I talked to all the people, I talked to all 50, and I said, they go, okay, tell me what you want me to do. I said, well, it needs to be a letterbox hybrid. It needs to be wheelchair accessible, and not just a fake wheelchair accessible.
Yeah.
None of these. Yeah, we've all seen those where you're like, yeah, right. That's terrain 1. Sure it is. I'm gonna have to fly to that thing, and I'm not it's supposed to be terrain 1. It needs to be either regular or large, and then people are like, ooh, letterbox hybrid, regular or large. Where am I going to put that? I was like, I don't know, dude. Do some checking. And then they go, okay, well, what else? I was like, that's it. Like, well, where do you want me to put it? I don't care. Put it wherever.
Hide a cache.
wherever you think is best. And it's like, oh, and they're like, oh, wow, seriously, I can put this. Oh, then the wheels start turning. You can see in their brain, they're going, oh, maybe near a lighthouse. Right, Emily?
That's right.
Was that your first thought? Because yours is in a great spot.
It was not my first thought. I was talking to a guy, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, and he's like, I work at the lighthouse. We can do anything we want.
Nice.
Yeah, it is, but that's a great example of putting a cache at a place where people, it's memorable. You go out there, that little spot in Oregon is incredible. Along the coast there, you've got the view, you got this incredible view, but then you've got You know, Oklahoma is in a nature park, or a park that has a natural setup where it's inside their little nature center. I mean, every one of them. Owen, there's a good example.
Yeah.
Owen's in Missouri is in an incredible spot. I mean,
It's amazing.
yeah, there's just, every single one has been a success. But going back to let's give the coin away first. And I got one more thing to ask you.
Hey, we're not going to give that coin away.
We're going to give the coin away. We are. I know. I love that. Gary's not going to give that coin away. Tim's like, I don't think we're going to give that coin away. No, we're going to give it away. Give it away right now. All right, here we go. I'm drawing right now for the winner of the Cache Odyssey. Here we go. All right. Spinning.
If you don't give it away, you save $20 on shipping.
That's right. Spinning. There you go. Beth G.
Sims Quest.
Oh, that's Sims Quest.
Sims Quest.
Oh, okay.
Oh, congratulations.
Yay.
Sims Quest.
Hey, Gary, y'all need to start making those coins smaller so we don't spend so much on shipping.
That is a big coin.
Yeah. There she is. She won. Yeah, she's.
And she says 5-year patron.
5-year patron. Thank you.
Thank you so much for supporting Geocache.
Absolutely. Thank you to all our patrons. If you'd like
And a
to
huge
support.
Challenge Talk fan.
Yes, she
Yes.
is. Good. It's great.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. As we start the process of wrapping this show up. Speaking of how you do a podcast and then you sort of sit back and you kind of watch some of the repercussions is a bad way to put it, but sort of the impact of that podcast. So Chris, and your experiences up there in the Northwest, he's up in the Northwest doing a podcast in the Northwest. Are there times when
We got another nano kid.
Oh, excellent. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
The other nano kid in.
Wow.
She's all grown up.
We're all
Hey.
cheers for the passing of time.
She did. She grew up. Look at her. That's awesome. I remember that. Did she remember the old days?
Yes.
You loved it.
Being on Caching with Kids.
Yes. Your mom and dad are proud, and we're proud of you too. And we do love the old the days of getting out there and seeing you guys, especially around Cache Fest time. We got to hang out a little bit more. So
It's time for geocaching
with kids.
Oh, what a good sport.
Oh man, that made my night. Thank you so much.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's great. Thank you.
Many years later. That's awesome. No, that's awesome. Well, thanks for being there, because your parents are again very proud of you. We're proud of you for all your dancing. You've been dancing like crazy, girl.
Yes.
That's awesome. So we're starting to, as we start the wrap up. So Chris, as I was mentioning, you do a podcast and then you sort of, go on your day. But when you're then out in the world, or you go to an event or whatever, do you, what are some things that come up as far as people coming up to you, or, what are some of the interactions that you, unexpected interactions or expected, or what are some things that come to mind for you?
Let's see. One of the most memorable, maybe not the most positive.
Oh no.
Did it involve red and blue lights?
No, it did not. No, it did not. It has in the past. And don't have Wit's End with you. He gets a little sarcastic, and the police don't know how to take that. But that's a whole different story. I want to say it was Cincinnati. We were out caching in the woods, and came across another set of cachers. and they had just located the geocache, and I was like, hey, great, thanks. And I thought, I'm going to put one of my stickers in it for, well, oddly enough, caching in the Northwest.
Right. Wow.
And the other cacher goes, well, what is this? I go, oh, it's a podcast. What's a podcast? It's kind of like a radio show on the internet. I do it every week. We talk about geocaching. Oh, the internet.
That terrible internet.
It's times like that where, you get people that go, oh, hey, wait, I know that voice. And the other people go, internet. I don't want anything to do with it. So, it can go either way. I have a really good group of geocachers here around me in the Northwest that it's a lot of fun to go out with. I was just at an event with them today. And I can be myself, right? When I get on a podcast, I put on a little bit of a different personality, right? I talk a lot more than I do in person. I don't know if you know that or not. I tend to be an introvert. I'm really happy sitting back here at the wall and not interacting with people. But that doesn't work well on a podcast.
No, doesn't work on a podcast.
No.
But that's So, all right, let's go around and final thoughts. You don't have to give final thoughts, but if you want, I'm not gonna.
I lost my tumbler for tonight, but here's to 10 years and 10 more years.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you, buddy.
I just think it's cool how the evolution from the game to even the podcasts, how it started off with just one, then even and just has a split up from geocaching with kids, as you saw both of the teens.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Kids. So how that's evolved and how the shows have evolved, and just the change of hosts on different things, and just the different accomplishments. I mean, I know we talked about CacheCon, but probably the biggest accomplishment that this show has done is over 100,000 for St. Jude. And living here in Memphis and just seeing, I was down there yesterday around that area and just looking at all the construction that's going on there. We did that. We did that. There's nothing that's built down there at St. Jude everything's already paid for. They start multiple $1 million projects, and guess what? The building's already paid for. They're not having to raise the funds for it. It's already paid for, and we did that. And that's something that we're putting into. And it's just I think that's probably out of the show. Yeah, we inspire hope and for podcast hope, but we inspire inspiration to get out there and geocache and get out into the wild and not sit on our butts like Curtis does playing video games. As he said in his own words, to get out there and do something. And that's what I love and what I got into this show. And I saw earlier what's next what was it, Stash Cache going to be? And that's how we got involved, or how I got involved with y'all.
Yeah.
That I found that rock the other day. That actually survived. Thanks, Memphis. Because that was yours I found in South Carolina.
That's right.
So I did find it, and I accidentally dropped it, and the original paper fell out of it too. So that was funny. But it's just then that just getting the friendships and that's the community behind this. This is really great, and just congratulations. I mean, Gary, being in here, that you just inspired and came up with all those different thoughts and different things, ideas, and there's so much that has come from this team that has inspired so many different things to the domino effect of different things that have happened. So I just want to congratulate everybody on that, and been proud of being part of that, even though I'm not as involved with it as what I used to be. But just seeing the domino effect of what this show has done for those in the community, just congratulations.
Yeah. Well, you're still part of the family, so let us know when you're around. We can have you back on once in a while. But so yeah, it's been an incredible 10 years. You never know when you start where it's going to go, but you just kind of keep going, and it grew at I think a perfect time, Jesse. I think if we were at a point, I think in 2020 when we were like, we can't talk. We're on every week, but we need more shows, which I know some people are like, that's insane. But, we had a, and, Derek was, instrumental in getting the next one, which, with Geocaching with Kids. But from there, adding the different shows, and then of course we couldn't stop. We're like, well, if you're gonna do gadgets, you gotta do puzzle. If you do puzzle, you gotta do challenge. If you can do challenge,
You gotta do lamppost.
Lamppost
Yeah,
casting.
keep going.
Coin Talk never came around though. We talked about it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
a lot. We talked about it a lot.
We did talk about it.
We could do a whole show on a lot of the ideas that never made it to light.
No,
that's a different show, of course. But
there was an original Geocaching Academy that never saw the light of day. This is way before the academies came about at Cache Fest. Was Jesse and I, we talked about that like year one almost. It's like, hey, we could do an academy.
a long time, but we just didn't have the technology then to make it happen. So.
Well, that's kind of what CacheCon, what we talked about. It was making.
Yeah.
I remember some of the old stuff. It was talking about making it into an academy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we split it up and throughout that whole time frame.
We got a bunch of fool people in the Houston, Texas. I don't
know. Houston, Texas, Dave. I've always incredibly respected his perspective, and insight, and wisdom, and I'll continue. So thank you so much, Dave. Appreciate it.
I thought Gary's going to spill the beans on where I go talk.
No. That's
Hey, the only where I go cache that I have out is because the Geocache Talk walking us through how to make one of those things.
There you go. All right, good deal. Thank you guys, everybody. It was a great night. Thanks, Chris, for jumping on and being with us as well. We love you. We appreciate all you've done to inspire.
Years, Gary, your entire team. It's well earned.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna say goodnight, and we'll see you down the road. Bye, guys. Bye, everybody.
Tuesday night.
Good night.
There you go. Tuesday night.
See you Tuesday.
May your finds be many, and your DNFs be few. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comment at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.